What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Guys, I want to talk to you, especially the black men, about a lot of hypocrisy that we see in the black dating world. And let me just say this, a lot of times when I talk about this, so many people get in their feelings. People want to say that, black men, they hate black women, they, all of this stuff, and, you black men are misogynist. But in the reality, I honestly believe what we are pointing out, and obviously you have some brothers that go too far, but we're pointing out entitlement and hypocrisy as it pertains to black men and black women relationships. And a lot of times, this is the reason why you have a lot of brothers who do not want to date inside of the community. It's not about looks. It's not really about weaves or sandals. Stop the show, but y'all know y'all love sandals and weaves. But it's about entitlement, okay? Now, I didn't see this show, but the good brother J.R. Wisdom, go check him out. He did a response to Kevin Samuels' video, which is, I have 2 kids, but I want a man with no kids, okay? And this is the power of Kevin Samuels' platform. His show was called Mother of 2 Doesn't Want Men with Kids. Now, she's 33. If you guys saw the stream, she's 33. She has 2 children, okay? She was married, but before she was married, she had a baby daddy who is in prison right now for a long time. Okay? It's a 33-year-old lady with 2 kids that live in the house, because Kevin asked her, where are the kids at? They live in the house. Okay? She says she makes $100,000 a year. Stop the show. Everybody on the internet says they make $100,000 a goddamn year. Okay? People be lying about making $100,000 a year. To be honest, and shout out to Alpha Male Strategies, because we talked about, you don't mind me talking about it. You say, listen, man, even $1 million a year ain't a lot of money. And if you would have asked me that about 2 years ago, because I had made like $125,000 in 2018, I thought I was doing something. But it's really not a lot of money. $100,000 a year is not a lot of money. But so many sisters are coming on here talking about they make, and she might, but I doubt it. All right. This is the reason why. You make $100,000 a year, but you're dealing with a guy who is in prison for a long time. You got married right after that, got divorced, and then you have the audacity to come on and say, well, the reason why I don't want to date a man with kids is because I don't want to deal with his baby mama. I don't want to deal with no baby mama drama. But hey guys, listen, I've talked about this in 2015, 2014, when I came on the platform. I've talked about this quite a number of times. But you heard it first on Kevin Samuels' channel, like in real time, right? There are so many sisters out there that have out of this world expectations, where they refuse to look at how the other person feels in the relationship. This is the biggest problem between black men and black women. It's not weaves. It's not necessarily obesity or even all the time attitude. Attitude does play a role, but if you have no consideration for how the other person feels about your situation, that's why a lot of people can't stay together in the black community. And I'm going to tell you why. She has a messed up situation. You're 33, you got kids. Brothers don't know if those kids are bad. Stop the show. Some of these kids are bad. You ain't my daddy. Your kids going around breaking shit in the house, trying to hit you and stuff, throwing stuff at you. Some of these kids are terrible. And a lot of times brothers are trying to deal with y'all because y'all got that good cooch. Okay? But some of y'all kids are bad. Many of y'all kids are 8 and 9 years old, already getting ready to go to Folsom Prison. Some of them is already, some of them is trying to get there. Some of them is showing signs of doing some crazy stuff now. I'm just gonna be real. I done seen some kids that you looked at him like, Lord, if you don't change his life, he gonna get in some trouble one day. I hope that you deal with him, because this little kid is bad. All right? Some of y'all kids is like that. Some of y'all kids don't want to listen. Some kids is nice, some kids is not. And the problem and the headache, you talking about a baby mama, baby daddies are some of the worst headaches you can get. I don't care if he in jail. But you don't care that a brother got to deal with that. All you care about is what you got to deal with. Not taking no consideration for what he got to deal with. Because here's another thing. A lot of people that get into relationships need mental health in our community. I feel like that's the truth. Shout out to D Darrell, okay? Baby, you've been in a relationship with a man that is currently in prison for a long time. Okay? He's currently in prison for a long time. Not only is he in prison for a long time, but let's look at the second position. You had a marriage after that didn't work out. What is it about your relationship that caused the problem? See, this is what we don't want to talk about, because the baby daddy is in prison, so obviously you make bad choices as men. The second guy that you was married to and got divorced, we don't know what he did. He could have been a crip. He could have been walking all down the street, pants hanging off his behind. We don't know. But the emotional damage that you have dealt with in just those two relationships, not to mention the other Pookies and Ray Rays you've been dealing with, because you look like some of them, when you see that weave, shop to show. Some of them have that weave wig and it's struggling like she had on. You know that she been dealing with some brothers that can't read and write. The way the lace front wigs and weaves will let you know who they've been messing with. So already you are most likely damaged based off of what you've done before. So if a brother deal with you, he gonna have all the problems. The biggest problem might not even be the baby daddy. The biggest problem that he gonna deal with is you. Then maybe your kids, and then your baby daddy. Some of you ladies want to say it's like this. Some of y'all need to be nice enough to tell some of these black men, you don't want to deal with me. Like right now, listen, I know you like me. You don't really want this problem right now. And some of these brothers need to do the same thing. Some of you black men need to tell these ladies, you don't want to deal with me. I will ruin your life. Because I'm not ready right now to I can hang out with you, but for me to be in a, I need help. I need some counseling. Because your issues ain't resolved. Then when a man dealing with you, he'll be dealing with all of your problems. Your baby daddy in prison call and collect. Him making threats. The kids. Your emotional problems. Yet you ain't got to deal with none of his stuff. That is the reason why a lot of brothers are saying, you know what, I don't even want to deal with ladies that got kids. Okay? But you want to hate on a brother who got kids. Because you don't want to deal with a situation. But then how many guys that don't have kids, because you got that Mary J. Blige weave, if they're doing well, why do they got to deal with this situation? See, a lot of sisters have forgotten who you're competing against in America. Do you know if a man is, let's say she making 100. Let's say he making 100. Let's say he's fairly in shape, take care of himself. Do you know who you're competing with in America? Do you know how competitive America is for everything it does? Not only education, but relationships. You're competing against other black women. I know I said a lot. You're competing against you're competing against white women, Hispanic women. You're competing against some of the best looking women on planet Earth on the daily for a man like that. And you think you have the option to be like, well, I don't want no man with kids because I got kids. No, you'll be dealing with the guy that work at Taco Bell. But you're not going to be competitive to compete with some of the top ladies out there. Even in the black community, you're not going to be able to compete like that with the top ladies. The top ladies in Atlanta, in Detroit, in New York, that's fine as hell, ain't got no kids, they gonna blow you out the water. Cause they ain't got that drama. They could be 23, 22. But again, being unrealistic. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. Check out the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.